Hello folks, we are going to do a Let's Play. What? Well, kinda. It's more of a guide, really. I wouldn't really call it a Let's Play, since I'm not really uninformed on this at all. Alright, so this is Rockman 4 minus Infinity, a ROM hack of Mega Man 4. I have a friend who's going to be doing this as well. He has a pretty neat channel. Just look up I Am Many Ninjas, and you'll find his Double Dragon Neon playthrough, hopefully. It's currently ongoing, and after that he'll be starting this as well. However, he won't be doing it the same way I will. I'm going the unconventional route. What that means is I'm going to do it in the original Mega Man 4 boss order. So we're going to start with Toadman. Now, the main difference with Toadman here is that, unlike in the original Mega Man 4, his stage and himself are much more difficult. In fact, they rank up there as some of the hardest ones. Which is really surprising considering who it is. That's how insanely modified this hack is, but I'm not really surprised. I mean, ROM hacking has gotten a lot more advanced over the years, but that's a different story. So let's examine what we have here. We have the giant frogs from Bubble Man stage. The frogs from Shadow Man stage that seem to hit me a lot right now. I don't know why. Everything seems to hit me right now, but... So this stage is pretty much populated by all frogs, including its mini-boss. Well, one of its mini-bosses. Don't know what to call that. I'll just call it Asian guy riding a frog. For lack of much better, names, but hey. Now we have an up and down enemy right there. He's kind of chilling in the water, but we don't want him to chill, so let's get rid of him. We got some frogs from what appeared I think would be Mega Man X, but I wouldn't really remember. And, yeah, this stage is pretty much populated by all frogs. In every manner of speaking. We quite literally did let out the frogs. Oh, I need that energy, thank you. Oh man, thank you! The RNG is being nice to me. Now, also, check out the sliding sprite, as well as the ramped slopes. Not in the original Mega Man games. Now, this area can be tricky. It essentially loops infinitely unless you do this. Yeah. Toadman is very devious with his stage design, apparently. Those big bubbles hold a very terrible secret. I'm going to show you what it is. We're going to show you. I keep thinking I have a second person with me. Anyways, oh my god, it's a gigantic red frog! And these ones shoot bubbles at you that incapacitate you briefly, but beyond that, don't really do much. And other than that, it's pretty much the tadpoles from Gemini Man stage, so don't really worry too much about them. Just over here, try not to make the gap too big, or else you'll actually not be able to cross, because the eggs will all be gone and you'll have nothing to walk on. Which means you technically can't get over those spikes if you screw up. And our mini-boss! Shadow Man with his frog from Mega Man the Power Fighters for the arcade. Interesting choice. In fact, you'll notice Shadow Man is quite a recurring boss. You won't see it right now, but later on through this playthrough, you will definitely see more of him. And now he's gone. Goodbye, Shadow Man. This area is interesting. I'll tell you why in a minute. Jump! Now look at that. You actually get pushed forward. The rain is going forward as opposed to backward like in the original stage. Which makes the platforming here a bit more interesting. It also requires you to utilize it, which is nice. Now, if it switched between pushing you forward and backward, it'd remind me more of Ninja Gaiden 2. Here's Jumbig. He is called in this one Jumbig the Death Machine, and it's quite an appropriate title because he never dies. He does, it just takes a million shots, aka too much firepower. So with the Mega Buster Oni, you probably won't be able to kill him in this stage like that. Next up is an interesting segment. It's a Rush Jet segment. Or, Rush segment. Rush Jet. Look at that. Anyways, what you do, you can double jump to clear higher obstacles. And you can shoot your weapon. Nothing really big. Oh, and you can slide, too. You don't really do it too much, but in areas like that, Sliding is a necessity. Now, over here you have to jump and jump again. Don't be like me and think Rush will just take you off over here. He won't. You'll just drop off and die. So, that wouldn't be good. And there's some bats. And now we're at the boss. Now, remember when I said Toadman was harder? I wasn't kidding. Let's look at what Toadman's going to do. First thing you'll notice, stay where that blast area effect is, because if you don't, you will get hit by the Toad magic. I'll probably end up demonstrating what that is unintentionally later. Holy shit, he is really fast. Oh my god. He's fast, agile, he's essentially one of the most dangerous bosses in this game. Look at that. Oh, Christ. I cannot follow this guy's movements. I don't think he has a pattern. In fact, he doesn't. He's just all kinds of nasty. And I died. Alright, let's try him again. He is really bad. Like, if you never thought Toadman could be a serious threat, shame on you, because now he is. He is a very real threat right now. But yeah, if you stand where that blast radius thing is, you'll be safe from the magic. It's much easier than calculating a distance to walk away from it. Just stand over top of it and it'll miss. That's why I said this is a really unconventional boss order, because Toadman is really hard. Jesus. And now he's in his pinch mode. Kind of like in the Power Fighters where the boss got more serious. This is where Toadman gets serious. And I got hit by the magic. And now I'm a frog. And now the only way to reverse that is to get hit by it again. Oh, damn it. And I died. Yes, Toadman is most certainly a threat in this one. So let's try this again. Also, I didn't mention this before, but his actual stage music is from a game called, I think, For the Frog, the Bell Tolls or something. It's about a prince turning into a frog. Pretty good choice, all things considered. Oh. Oh god, here we go. Oh, he's so fast. Oh my god. Oh. Jesus. I got a few more lives though. Toadman's not gonna get the best of me. He's also, I think, invincible during it. Now you can tell what his Toad magic is going to do depending on how fast it comes out. If it comes out really fast in his pinch mode, it's going to go right below where the thing is on the ceiling. But if it takes a little bit to come out, that means it's going to spread across the room except for where the blast showed up. So, yeah. And that is Toadman. That took way too long. The weapon you get from him is, interestingly enough, the Toad weapon. However, what I like about it is that the name for it is a weapon reference to Final Fantasy. And I think... yeah, I think we'll try and get one more level in. For this, we will be doing Brightman, because he was next on the list in the Mega Man order. Boss order. Damn it. Oh, I like the Dream Chaser music here. F-Zero was pretty awesome, if I say so myself. Also, we're looking at one of the more unique gimmicks. Light effects. The reason the GUI is different and is from the Game Boy games at the bottom there is so the life bars don't get cut off because of the whole limited screen lighting thing. A decent enough workaround, I must say. Stylistically effective, too. These enemies brighten up the room a bit if you shoot them, whereas if you shoot the light bulb bugs, they don't make it pitch black, but they make your visible area radius much smaller. So avoid them and shoot the green firework men things. Also, holy shit, it's enemies from Sparkman stage in Mega Man 3. I'm not really surprised, we've already seen Bubble Man's frogs. Okay, I would have shown off what he did, but it's not really that interesting and I don't feel like it, so whatever. Careful of the light bulb guy there. You don't want to shoot any of them. Ooh. Because you see what was down there, did you see it? And we can get a free extra life and an E-Tank. Eddie, what do you got for me? An extra life, thank you. And here we have enemies from Mega Man 5 for the Game Boy, I believe. I believe they were in Jupiter's stage, but I could be wrong. I think they also showed up in a Wily stage, but I don't quite remember. And we have a mini-boss, and yes, I told you Shadow Man was a recurring mini-boss. Here he's a bit different, he just jumps around and throws Shadow Blades right now. And now he slides and shoots a Shadow Blade whenever you shoot at him. Or hit him, actually. Or if you just wait long enough. The way to dodge this, just shoot him and slide under him. Kind of a simple fight right at this point, except when he jumps really high. That can throw off your timing a bit, but just keep moving and wait. Oh, hey, dude. And he's gonna disappear. And here we have an annoying room, which makes me wish I got the balloon adapter. But I don't. Well, it's not really this room in particular, but... yes, these blocks flash different colors and orders, and you can only appear on them. You can only land on them if they are, well, visible. This is gonna make for some interesting ways to get to the boss room. You'll see later. Not too far ahead either. Now we put them over pits just to make sure you understand how important these are gonna be. Careful of the Sparkman enemies here, but you can easily just jump by and dodge them. Except for that one, which you can slide by, but I failed to do so. And yes, the spikes even get in on the action there. That's pretty scary. And down here we have another Jumbig the Death Machine. I refuse to call him just a Jumbig because the original Jumbig was not this bad. So we're going to see exactly how long it takes to kill this guy. If we're lucky, we can get a critical hit. You'll see a little effect if you hit an enemy and get critical. And it does a lot more damage. It'd shorten this a little bit, but frankly, there we go. And you get 3 pickups from him as opposed to the standard 1. So it's kind of worth it, but usually he just gets in the way anyways, so you might as well get rid of him. Here I'm going to show what Toad does. Just like the Toad spell from Final Fantasy as the weapon screen implied, it turns everything into Toads, which you can step on and squish easily. A unique weapon that has its uses in some tight areas, honestly. Now here's a segment that's going to require timing it, but there we are. This one's a bit simpler than the other ones. But I'm still managing to mess it up. Ah, here we are. When I said interesting ways to reach the boss room, this is what I meant. There we are. And we're gonna pull out Rush Search, which is the replacement for the Rush Coil. And it can reload your shit. And now we pull out Toad. Now, apparently Toad is actually partially effective on this guy. Brightman has a few attacks. They're all pretty cool looking and interesting, honestly. And now he's in this pinch mode. Oh, shit. Gotta watch where that light effect goes, because that's where you're gonna have to go in that general direction. Like so. Oh. I am going to use an E-Tank just for good measure. Ah, curses. And that's Brightman. And that's all I'm doing in one video. To the limit. I'm messing up on words. Anyways, time to explain his weapon. You'll like the name of it, I do. It is the Spark Man Bow. Now, I think this is a reference to a shoot-'em-up game called, I believe, Spaceman Bow, where you would fire a weapon that looked like a light bulb and it exploded on the screen and made a flash. That's kind of what this weapon actually does, so I think it's a reference to that. Anyways, that's enough for now. Stay tuned next time when we go to Pharaoh Man, who originally had Brightman as a weakness, but probably doesn't now. Stay fresh, folks.